Hello everyone, Jill here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another A Cherry on Top YouTube hop. This is the beginning of March and we are focusing on one of my favorite things, stencils, layering stencils. And so I'm going to do a little bit of a demonstration of one way to use a stencil and work on this page about Hazel, who just had her 10th birthday. And I can tell is being a little bit rowdy. So you might hear her join in to just remind us that this is a real dog I'm telling a story about. Anyway, yeah, so let me say a little bit about my plans for the page. I took these pictures on her birthday with her new ball, but they were very colorful in a way that wasn't going to go with the colors I had planned. And so I turned them to black and white. And I think she looks awfully cute in black and white. And so I have just a simple design in mind. I knew I wanted to work, the stencils I'm working with are going to be these from Echo Park, and one is called Shamrock and Roll. I think this one with the smaller shamrocks. This one is called Lucky Charm or Lucky Day, something like that. And so those are Echo Park, and then I have a Simple Stories floral stencil. I'll be layering all of those. I'm inspired by this Simple Stories St. Patrick's Day paper. I think it's just called St. Patrick's Day. And it has the shamrocks in it, but it also has this tealy blue and the green that is kind of my main color of the page. I've been really loving this paper and using it on everything. This is from the spring, let's see, what's it called? The spring line, Fresh Air from Simple Stories. And this is the other side of the St. Patrick's Day paper, just a tone-on-tone little shamrock. This is a branding strip with the blue and orange from the Vicki Boutin line. And this also is from Vicki Boutin. That's the line called Discover Plus Create. And this sweet, cute washi tape is from Simple Stories Pet Shop. And I used it on another page this month and thought I would use it again because I really like it. It's got all sorts of different kinds of pets. It's not just dog focused, but it's just totally cute, and the words are appropriate for my my project. And so let's do the stenciling, and then I'm gonna put on a simple title and her age. Things are falling off my table, which is overly crowded, so I'll be using these Simple Stories sticker books, and I'll talk us through those when the time comes. Okay, picking things up off the floor. I have a little water because I probably will want to spritz or like put a little water on my stenciling. I like to do that because it just adds some pieces, some splotches. Yeah, it just makes it a little bit more organic looking. So I have that handy so I can use it. The colors, let me say first, what I want to do with the stenciling, and I think I mentioned this, is mimic the St. Patrick's Day paper. So I've got a flower stencil for the flowers and the shamrocks. And I actually didn't put this in my journaling. I typed up a little journaling. I'm feeling very disorganized because I have it around here somewhere. But it's typed and I'll just put it on at the end. So it's not too important, but I thought maybe I would emphasize how lucky I am to have such a wonderful dog, and I didn't actually write about that. So the shamrocks will give us a subtle sense of, yeah, how lucky we are to have the wonderful pets we have, and how we do need to celebrate them on their birthdays and every day. Okay, so I'm just gonna use a kind of ink that I really recommend and I think is wonderful for stenciling, and that is Tim Holtz Distress Oxide. And because I'm working with these colors, I'll be using peacock feathers and peeled paint and Kitsch Flamingo. And then these little applicator tools, you can get them from Tim Holtz. I'm sure Cherry on Top has some in stock and elsewhere. And so mine are kind of designated for different colors. I have a little washi tape to indicate that. And so I think we're ready to go. The other thing that I love are sequins. So Tuscany is one possibility. Mykonos has some blue and some green. Dublin is great for the lucky green. Wintergreen has some other slightly different greens in there. And then I also pulled Blackfoot River. These are all from Catherine Pooler, by the way, for that tealy peacock feathery blue or green, however you want to. I think it's, for me, it's more blue. So I did, as you can see with my loose threads here, I did stitch down the strips of paper that I wanted to have as a kind of base for the page. And I also did this kind of like design where I have it flush to one side and then sliced at an angle on the other, and then I just alternated those. That's mainly because I wanted a little bit of a loose, playful look, given that it's a page about Hazel. Okay, so let's jump in. I think I'm going to start with the smaller of the two shamrocks and the peacock feathers color. And some of this, of course, is going to be covered up by the photos. So I just need to get a general idea of where the photos will go. And it's kind of nice I'm using lined paper. It helps me a little bit in thinking about where to stencil. But the other thing is, can always go back and do more if you feel like you haven't covered enough area. And also, I don't feel like I need to do it with too much dedication in the middle. Oops. I don't really tape my stencils down. I probably should. As usual, I'm the kind of person who does things in a somewhat haphazard way. So if you want greater security, you could put a little washi tape on your stencil. And I like to vary colors and kind of go in with different colors. I might do a bit of that, actually. I had thought about just using different colors for the different stencils. I think I'm probably going to have to move this over too to catch a little bit more on the other side of where the photos will go. But I'm going to jump in here. You want to be careful, like obviously not to mix colors that would make like a brown, but I'm pretty confident using the green and the blue together since they're next to each other on the color wheel, and I think blend in a nice way. And so I want to blend a little bit with this first layer. And then lift it up, see what I think. And as I said, I know the photos will go in here, so it doesn't have to cover the whole area, but it's looking pretty cute. And I also wanted to mention the paper that you use for a background. This is 49 in Market, and it's from the Nature Study. It's the pack of background papers. And I really like it for stamping and stenciling. It takes ink really well. It's heavy duty. So that's one paper, but there are many in the shop that you can consider. There's some that's just designed for mixed media. I'm going to move the stencil over and do a little bit more. It's very satisfying. It's fun. And again, mix in a little bit of that green. When I saw these Echo Park stencils in the shop, I was really excited because there's something very satisfying about working with a couple different, the same design, in this case, the same shamrock, but with a different scale. So, so I'm going to now add the larger shamrocks, and I'm probably going to be kind of sparing with this because I'm not really wanting, I think, a lot of additional green or a different shape, but I want a little bit. And so just putting these bigger ones in here and there, maybe even like way up here, kind of carry the design up the page. And maybe a little bit over here. But I think you can see what I mean. There's just something fun about having the same design, but a different scale. And of course, can turn the stencil in any way that you want as you work. There, yeah, cool. I really like this. So we're gonna put the photos back down to kind of get a sense. Now, some of it's covered up. I'm wondering if we feel like maybe a little bit too much is covered up. And it's a distressed paper. I think it depends on where I put the photos. Push them over this way, there's a little bit more. But yeah, that's really cute. I am gonna be putting a title and so forth on, so I think I might just add a little bit more down here, a little bit more in these places. So it's very much trial and error. Let me grab my small stencil again. And then I think over here, I'm gonna be sure to add a little green. Sorry about the sun. I knew I couldn't control that today. It kind of comes and goes. We're in this transitional weather right now, where 1 minute it's cold and snowy and the next minute the sun comes out. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and work with the pink. Yeah, so lucky. So cute. Okay, and again, I'm thinking about what shows, how much, where the photos are gonna go, what they're gonna cover. I think I need a little more blue down here, so I'm patient with my process of trial and error. They're so cute though. I really, I love St. Patrick's Day and the shamrock imagery. I think it's just a very happy look. And of course, it means that we're heading towards spring, so it's also fun to add some from this really cute little floral stencil that I've been using a bit, and that is from, as I said, Simple Stories. I think it's from the Fresh Air. Yeah, just get just a few little sparks of pink in here. Just for, you know, to pick up that other color, add a little bit of cheery floral. And that kind of helps fill it out too. Now I'm keeping the photos on the page. But you can see how stencils do indeed layer in really interesting ways. This is Kitsch Flamingo. I can't remember if I named the colors. Peacock Feathers, Kitsch Flamingo, and Peeled Paint are the colors I'm working with. And you can see how it's just kind of a touch of pink, but I want it to be all around the page. Not just all in one area. I think that's the main thing with that I made a little bit messy because that's probably not going to show anyway. Maybe just a little pink coming out that way. I could also add a little bit up here. Yeah, so what I was saying was you can see how stencils layer really nicely and how you can blend different colors as you go, or keep like really distinct. And as other people on the team will probably demonstrate, the kinds of stencils where you layer more deliberately to create different parts of one image. I don't have as much experience with those, so I think what I'm adding is this kind of layering stencil where you just have a little bit more of an organic effect. All right, so I do have my tape runner. Let's go ahead and, oh, I was gonna do a little water on these. All right, I might not put those photos down quite yet because I do like to, as I said, kind of spritz, just, you know, not like directly. You can see I'm like putting it in my hand and then flicking it in. And what that allows, you can just let it sit for a minute and then take a paper towel or a Kleenex or something. It just kind of lifts the color in certain parts and gives it a little more of a cool watercolor type look. Okay, now I'm gonna kind of just carefully lay these photos back down. In fact, yeah, I'm not gonna glue them down quite yet. I will do that after I'm sure everything's dry underneath, but yeah, so let's see. I wanted to show you the alpha that I thought I would use, which is this pretty one. And I haven't pulled the letters yet, so I'm trying to think. I think I might do some of this off camera because I need to grab my journaling and think about where it's going to go. But let's get started with her name. I'm glad I'm using lines for my background so I can line this up a bit. Yeah, I think it's going to be cute, like right up here. These sticker books are great because they give you so many different kinds of coordinating stickers. And of course they go together, but they also trying to think how I want to do this. I'm sorry. They also go with the papers from the line. So, and if you're me, you tend to just mix and match. I was just thinking about whether I wanted to put this down, like kind of like this, or just keep going across. I think I'm going to be okay with just a subtle difference between the background and her name. In other words, the letter stickers, they're not providing a lot of contrast, but it's kind of just a more subtle look. Might not be picking up, the camera might not pick it up as well as it looks in real life. I mean, it's easy enough to read it. Usually these are kind of okay to move, but it seems pretty stuck. What I'm thinking... I really liked these little, what goes with the alphabet are, these are probably supposed to be periods or something, but they're cute little flowers. And so I want to fill in a little bit of the white space with the flowers. Maybe 2 flowers and a plus. Okay, so that's the start of my title. I also wanted to use this sticker for her age. I will probably just write in like at 10 or is 10. Let's see, get these out of the sticker book. Kind of, oh, I see. I was trying to figure out if this was one number. It is the number 10, which is from the Noteworthy. Yeah, the Noteworthy line, that sticker book from Simple Stories. So down a little bit from there. Okay, again, I can kind of try to use the lines on the paper to get something roughly straight. This one's a little bit fussy because of its join. So I'm gonna rub it down, and it might still not be able to avoid a bit of a wrinkle, which is okay. This is like a playful layout. Okay, so I'm going to, as I said, get my journaling, stick it down. It's all typed. I just need to like locate where I put it. Put something like Hazel at 10 or is 10 here. And then I'm going to do a bit of a sprinkle of sequins. And then otherwise we will be done. Yeah, once we get those finishing touches on there. But that shows you how, a couple things, how you can use a pattern paper you like or that you're using on your page and extend its color palette into the rest of the page using a stencil. And so thanks for joining me today. And check out my Instagram for the final version of this with its little embellishments and sequins and such. But anyway, have fun with your stencils and be sure to hop along to the other artists on the design team who will be doing lots of, I'm sure, really crazy creative things with stencils. And then I'll see you next time. Bye.